What's up, Buttercup? Welcome back to my channel. Today's book tag is the Evil Cat book tag, and I was tagged by Creatively Torn when I commented on his version, and so then he tagged me. So we're gonna go for it. I don't have cats because my husband is very, very allergic, though there is a neighbor cat, Izzy. She loves our front patio porch furniture that we recently got, so she likes to hang out with us now, mainly me, because JC can only pet her for so long and then he has to go wash his hands for like 30 seconds or else he gets a little red. You know, it's not a great situation. I grew up with cats, however, at least he's not allergic to cats and dogs. I'm just saying. Is there an evil dog tag? Ooh. Yeah, sorry, that was an ADD moment, but I'm wondering. Anyway, what are these questions? I don't know. Let's just jump into number one. Knocking shit off of high places. A book with a cliffhanger. And I choose The Box by Jack Ketchum. Not because he has a great last name and it reminds me of Pokemon. No. Also because that's a short story. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Recommended to me by Patrick in our book club. And I want to know what's in the damn box. But, you know, fine. End it on a cliffhanger like that. Yes, I'm annoyed. And I will always be annoyed because we don't have the answer. Second question. Howling at 3 a.m. A book you didn't sleep to finish. I'm going with Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. One of the best books I've read in a very long time. 5 out of 5 stars. I probably stayed up at least to 12:30 on a weekday, even when I was working, and maybe I needed 5 cups of coffee. It was worth it though. Absolutely worth it. Number 3, Hiding for a Vet Visit. A book with a self-destructive character. I'm going to go with Thigh Gap by Chandler Morrison because she has an eating disorder. And, well, as you can tell on the cover, okay, it's very dark, very depressing, can be very triggering. But she thinks beauty is skeletal and she has tried to get help before. Other people have tried to get her help. It is an endless cycle of not accepting the help because she just thinks that the skinnier you are, the more beautiful. And yeah, it was a sad read. Also frustrating. But it is a horror novel, and yeah, it did not end very well, unfortunately. And I wish that it did, but it didn't. I do think that is an important message. It doesn't always end well, not just for eating disorders, but also mental illnesses in general. And people don't like to talk about that, but it's reality. It absolutely is. And some of that has to do with self-destructive behavior. Number 4, The Turd Hanging from Their Behind. A sequel that was a bit bad, like a turd. That was a good one. Okay. I'm gonna choose Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. I think that was unnecessary, and it wasn't Atticus at all, but of course that's why she never published it, and it shouldn't have been published. I actually talk about this in a video I did when it came out quite a few years ago. I did a review and a book discussion about it, and she didn't publish it for a reason. I don't like that, because if she wanted to publish it, then she would have for all those years that that manuscript was there. But yeah, it's unfortunate, and I just ignore that sequel. Number 5, Puking on the Carpet, a book with a betrayal. I'm going with Unnatural Habits by Carrie Greenwood. It's a Phryne Fisher book series, and there is a lot of bullshit in that book. It was really actually the most depressing of all of Carrie's books with Phryne Fisher. I kind of hope that the next one, the one that's already published, but I'm waiting till just November so I can get a reasonable price when it's released in the US, is a little more upbeat because Unnatural Habits was that was a lot to digest. Number 6, Dragging in Live Animals, a book with shocking violence. I went with Titus Andronicus by Shakespeare. I was not going to do Dead Inside, because how many times have I said that in reply to questions about violence or like disturbing or disgusting. It's a perfect book for that. But also, this play, yeah. I think this is the most gruesome Shakespeare play ever in his whole complete collection. Maybe King Lear comes next. Debatable. But yeah, this one, gruesome. I actually enjoyed it. But because I read basically almost all of his other plays except 3 or 4, and yeah, this was bad, but like in a good way. Number 7, Looking You in the Eye Before Misbehaving, a book with a character desperate for attention. And I'm gonna go with Dead Until Dark by Charlene Harris. And that is in the Sookie Stackhouse series. And I'm going to say that Bill Compton, that annoying ass Confederate vampire soldier. Ugh. It's so... I never liked Bill. I didn't like him in the books, didn't like him in the TV series. I'm obviously Team Northman. But then again, Sookie doesn't end up with Eric. It's fine. It's fine. And... like, I'm talking about, like, between which vampire was more badass and less annoying. Eric Northman, of course. Never liked Bill. It was all about him, even when it wasn't about him. And I just, okay. I could go on, but I'm not. So, number 8, Shredding Things, a book with a destructive character. This was kind of, like, the... question, what was the question? Self-destructive. But I guess this could also include just like destroying other people's stuff. I don't know. So I went with Antony and Cleopatra by the play by Shakespeare, because they not only are destructive with one another, but they did, you know, lose Egypt. It's a little destructive, okay? Maybe the wording isn't like 100% matching, but when you look at it in a historical context, even though the play isn't historical, okay, I get it, it's a historical Shakespeare play. No, but if you look at, I'm looking at the history, you don't need to look at it, but I'm looking at the history and like, that was very destructive. Also, all of the ships that went boom, you know, that's also destructive as well. Just go with it, okay? Number 9, Has Never Been Fed Ever, a series you cannot get enough of. And I'm going to go with the Phryne Fisher Murder Mystery book series by Carrie Greenwood, because that was the book, actually Cocaine Blues, which is the very first book in that series, got me into mysteries. And it just has led to where we are now. It was like mysteries, psychological horror, and then splatterpunk, and we're just like, where are we at this point? I don't know, but I'm eating that shit up. I enjoy, to a point, horror movies and TV shows, so I don't know why I didn't think to get into mysteries or horror novels, but you know, at least I arrived at the destination and I'm enjoying it. And that's all thanks to the Honorable Miss Phryne Fisher. Number 10, Be So Cute That You Forgive Them Anyway. A book with a wicked main character that you like. And I'm going to go with Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow because it's a young adult fantasy novel driven by a female anti-hero, and she's actually the evil queen when she was younger. It's a Asian retelling of Snow White. Julie made her younger, so you kind of grow up with her, and so like there's some like a little bit of trauma, but she's not acting up or like acting out her trauma or anything, and so that's why she's evil. It's just that like I'm beautiful and I deserve to be queen. I'm like, okay, I'll go with it. Especially when she caught the eye of the king after his previous wife died, and like he keeps saying, I'm choosing you, you don't have a choice, you're gorgeous, I want you to be queen. And she's like, okay, I'll go with it. And then when he dies, well, she's still queen. He chose her. I'm just saying, I get the argument. I understand. The last question, which not really a question, but it's all about tagging people. And I'm going to tag Annalisa Ellie because I know she loves cats. And I think this will be a good tag if she's still doing tags. I don't think she is, but hopefully this one will inspire her to do a tag. Next is Bookish Kaz. I don't know if he has cats. I haven't watched enough videos. I've watched recent videos and I don't think there's been a cat in the background. Doesn't mean that there's not a cat, of course. But I'm going to tag Kaz also because it kind of rhymes. And lastly, of course, I'm going to tag Adam Rodriguez. I don't know if he has a cat either, but I think even if he doesn't have a cat, he would like these questions and how they're written out. When I was writing them out to read them, I was laughing. And I'm excited to see anyone else that does this tag, even if I didn't tag you. Feel free to do it because it was really fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.